Hello everyone, my name is Mimi79. Today I've got a daily race from last week. So last Friday, Basic Ollie was live streaming on GT Sport, and I decided to hop on because why not. And in this race I chose the BMW Z4 because Ollie was in the Honda NSX, I believe. So I thought, why not? Let's have a challenge then. So into the first corner then. I've got to highlight a couple things. The first thing is that the Z4 is pitifully slow in a straight line. It's not even like the Evo could outdrag it in a line. It's that bad. And also the cornering, it's very understeery. And another thing as well, I apologise for no like in-game footage, and I've only got the replay. I didn't think to record it while I was actually doing the race, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but at least I have the video now. But anyway, following TWR Loops, who's in the Audi R8, he's a very quick driver. He's set of 44.3 for this race, so he is a very quick driver. But it's going to be very important that we try and stick with him as long as possible, because this car is so bad in a straight line that if I don't have the slipstream to tow me along, then I've got no chance in this race. But you can see there, we've got a bit of a gap to Ollie now, about half a second or so. So we should be okay in that regard. However, we've got to remember that the Audi is far quicker than the Z4. So we've got to drive flawlessly if we want to, you know, stay in the slipstream. But even then it's going to be tricky because the Audi is just so much more nimble in all the corners. So you can see that I'm not picking up the effect of the draft, barely though, because the gap was about 8/10 I think to Loops in first place. But going through the first sector, there's not much really to report of, so we are going to skip forward to number 3 in a moment. And another thing I want to just say is that if you enjoy the content, just give me a like and maybe a subscribe. Also leave some feedback in the comments below. I'm trying everything to make my videos better. But just going to skip to the replay cameras, and Ollie is breathing down our neck now. It's going to be very tricky to hold him off, especially as he is in a quicker car. Even though it's not the #1 car on the timesheets, pretty much any MR car is viable here, because I've found that they are easier to get to grips with the hard tyres than the FR cars. As Loops spins out, so we're going to be gifted the lead, and now this is going to be very tricky to defend our first place, because that has thrown a spanner into the works. Now we have to defend up for our life really, because there's only one more lap to go. Around turn number 9, we are safe for now. He isn't in the dive bombing range. Even though we have no timing, we can still kind of sense when Ollie is close. But anyway, into the final sector, very tricky to get dead right, especially this long right hand. It seems to take an age in this car, the Z4. Very understeery in the high speed stuff and even medium speed. Have to say though that it's very stable. That is one good thing about it. And I imagine this car could be decent on softs, because obviously you are limited by the grip of the hard tyres. But on to the final lap now. It's going to be very important that we can hold the lead into this first corner. Ollie pulls over to the left hand side, but we are going to cover the inside line, and into the first corner then Ollie hangs it round the outside, but we're just going to be able to fight back. And into turn number 3, bit of contact there, a bit of door to door, but we just managed to hold on to first place. But he's still there on the outside. And into turn number 4, are we going to stay in the lead? So braking then hard into number 4, and I think Ollie picks up a penalty. Unfortunately didn't quite catch on the replay camera, but he did get 1 second for, I believe, hitting myself. But anyway, his losses are gain. But into turn number 7, it's going to be very important that on the run to the penalty line, we get the section dead right, so we get a big enough gap to the Belgian, who will inherit second place. But round turn number 9 for the final time in this race, running wide out, and I didn't really make many mistakes in this one, weaving there a little bit because I knew that I was going to be in the clear now, because the Belgian was just a bit too far behind. So around the final sector then, we've got to just make sure that we don't do anything stupid. But then powering out a tiny bit too early there, and then just running onto the gravel, that could have potentially cost us the win. However, the Belgian was just a bit too far behind. So into the final chicane then, mounting the curbs, and we are going to come across the line, and we're going to take P1. Very, very good result, considering that this is a car that does struggle around this track. But if you did enjoy, just like and subscribe, leave some feedback in the comments. But take care everyone, and goodbye.